Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about my solo trip to Munich, Germany.
Today we are diving into one of the most historic and breathtaking cities in the world, Germany. Our guest Raj has recently explored this incredible destination and he is here to share his journey, tips and advice for anyone planning their Germany holiday. And let's get started, everyone. Hey Raj, my first question is, what inspired you to visit Germany and how did you start planning your trip?
Well, I was in Rome already and I had to meet a friend in Munich, Germany. So once I landed in Rome, that was like 8 a.m. in the morning. I had traveled from Toronto to to Rome, and from there at the Rome airport, I looked at flights going to Munich, Germany, and I found a flight for the same afternoon. Around about 6-7 hours later, and it was on ITA Airlines. So first I checked those flights on booking.com, which is my preferred way of checking the flights. And once I checked it, then I went on the ITA website itself and booked the flight for the same afternoon going from Rome to Munich, Germany, the same day.
So how far in advance did you book your flights and accommodations?
Well, the flight was booked for the same afternoon once I landed in Rome, and the accommodations were I booked them later on once I took the flight and landed in Munich, Germany. Once I landed in Munich, Germany, right from the airport, within the airport there was the train services which I took to downtown Munich, where once I get off at the last stop, I booked a hostel style room with a shared bathroom, single separate room in that place, which was about 100 meters right there then near the train station.
So I never stayed in a hostel before, Raj. So was it good? How was your experience staying in Germany, in a new country, and staying in a hostel? Can you share a little bit of that experience?
Yes, it's quite different from a regular hotel. So you do have a check-in place, but you have shared accommodation where you can get more than one person staying in the same room. But since I was carrying with my camera gear and stuff that I didn't want to get either stolen or misplaced or whatever you can think of, so I preferred to have a single room to myself. And also I was planning to see if I can meet with my friend, and I do not know what her plans were. So I ended up getting the room, but the bathroom was shared in I believe this was 3 separate rooms. They were sharing one bathroom, but altogether the experience was okay. But I wouldn't recommend any hostels. You can just spend a little bit more money and you just get a regular hotel room. My thing was, as soon as I reach Munich train station, it started raining real hard. And I was just wondering if I got a place further away from the train station as to how I would get there. And I just wanted to just get to a place as quickly as possible. So this place was only about 100 meters distance from the train station, and not knowing exactly where it was and stuff like that, so I could just walk up to that place was good for me. And I said, even if I didn't like it, next day I will change the place to something better.
How much did you pay for this hostel?
The hostels were running about 120 euros. The regular hotel rooms were running around about 200 euros.
Right.
So there was about $280 difference in I'm talking about just a regular hotel, nothing fancy.
What was your primary goal for this trip? Relaxation, exploration, or cultural immersion?
Well, first I was going to meet my friend. She was already there in Munich, Germany, and we were planning to go to explore Germany. And the secondary purpose was to meet up with my friend Suraj, who lives in Stuttgart. Now Stuttgart, I found out that it was 231 kilometers away from where I was staying. So I already had a EU rail pass, which I purchased before I left Toronto, and I had a first class train pass for 10 days travels that I purchased. And what I did was the next day I booked a train and I boarded the train and went to Stuttgart. On that train, it was a 3-hour journey going on that train to Stuttgart, and from there I took a bus which was right at the train station, but there was a lot of construction going on, so it was quite a distance away from the train station. But I asked about 4 people, and finally I reached, after half an hour, I reached the bus station, bus stop, and I took the bus going to the destination that I saw on Google Maps, which was the last stop where I had to get off, where my friend Suraj was going to meet me and pick me up from there.
So you talked about the U-train pass. So
yes.
Is it like applies to all Europe or just like Germany?
Europass is all, I believe, 22 country pass where you can travel to any of those countries. You may have to, in certain countries, you may have to buy an additional seat reservation, or some trains do not allow that pass. So you have to be careful as to, it's not valid on every train that is operating in Europe, within Europe, but you can get alternative trains going through the same destination to that same destination, or you can go to near to that destination and then take alternative transport like a bus or something to go to the final destination.
Okay, so what's the validity on this pass?
The pass was, you can get different validity. I got the 30 days validity pass. So I was planning to stay in Europe for more than 30 days. So that was the deal. So I could use it for 10 days during those 30 days. So you get 10 days to use the pass, which each day counts 24 hours, starting from 12:01 a.m. to the next day, 11:59 p.m.
How much did you pay for this pass?
It was around 800 Canadian dollars, but it was a first class pass, so it's more than the regular economy pass. About $200 difference, I think. $200 or $300 difference.
So what's special about this first class pass? Like, like do they provide food or?
So there is most of the first class train, they have food facilities you can buy. There are like carriages where you can go and sit down and have food, or you can order the food which will come to your particular seat. You just order it online and they will, but it's kind of difficult to do that because you don't know what you're ordering and how much it is. But you do get some of the trains, they provide, like in the airlines, they have like a booklet where you can see what food is available on the train.
Was there any complimentary or no?
Oh, nothing was complimentary.
Okay.
It's just the seating, and so there is, instead of like maybe like 3 seats, there is 2 seats on each row, so you have much more room to sit down, much more the wider seats, leather seats, better seats. The Wi-Fi is complimentary. That is on any of the trains, so it's not particularly for the first class, but you get like charging jacks and all this stuff is available. Maybe some of the seats there recline more than the economy class seats, so they're just overall they're better. And since the travel time is 3 hours, you want to travel in comfort than on a more comfortable seat.
Did you need a visa to travel to Germany, and how was the process?
So once I landed in Rome, we are kind of like in Europe, and Schengen, Schengen rules are applied, so you can travel to any country, and I didn't even have a custom immigration in Germany, in Munich. I just collected my bags and just left the airport.
So if you have a Canadian passport, you can travel to Germany. So what are countries in Schengen?
I guess you can travel with any passport and travel to any of those countries. It's just that once you are in that Eurozone, they apply those rules where they don't check the passport in each country, or it could be different for some other countries. I'm not too sure, but each person should check with their passport validity. But as a Canadian citizen, I didn't have to show the passport at any checkpoints after that.
So how did you budget for your trip, and were there any unexpected expenses?
Well, I budgeted the airline fare from Rome to Munich. Then the Eurorail, I had already checked. It was around about 800. I budgeted $1,000 because even after you buy the Eurorail pass, a first class pass, you still have to make reservations on a particular train. So they charge you another like 15, 20, 30 euro on top of that. So each time you board a train, you have to make a reservation of those trains. Some trains do not require reservations, and those trains you can just use the pass. But also, once you are inside the train, there are people who are coming to check your pass, the validity of the pass, and they will also scan. There is a scan that you generate once you use that pass for the day. So they will take that scan off your phone, because this is a phone app. So people have to have their phones working, and it's not a printout. So the scan, when they do it, it is for that particular time. So it's not like you have a picture of a scan for the previous day. You have to have a latest scanning code generated from your app for that particular ticket and time.
So, but what was your the overall budget for this trip?
Oh yes. Besides those two things, the airline ticket and the Eurorail pass, I had 2 nights of stay in Germany, and food costs, I would say around about 2,000 to 2,500 Canadian dollars. But now the pass was valid for 10-day trips. So I won't associate that the whole $800 for that one trip. You're talking about for the whole trip. But
is it worth it?
It is definitely worth it. 10 days, $800. That comes to with the reservation, I spent $1,000. So you're talking about $100 a day, and unlimited travel. You can travel 10 times, 20 times, as many times as you can travel in those 24 hours. So you can imagine. And some of the trains that I was traveling, if you buy the ticket on the same day, just the train ticket for one particular train could come to like 200 euros.
So you made a good call. So, but what are the unexpected expenses you never thought of?
I did not have any unexpected expenses. All this was planned. The reservation part was a little bit tricky, but you know something, those are like, if you're spending $100 for the whole day and you have to add $15, $20, $30 more, that is expected. You can't budget it to the exact dollars. You have to come up, you have to have a few $20, $30 extra for the day anyways.
About the food, like was food expensive in Germany?
Everywhere I went in Europe, food was quite expensive. I do not know how the locals are managing the food costs. Everywhere I went, it's just that I guess they have to maintain certain standards of food and stuff like that. So the cost of providing food at any place was quite expensive, and I tried to go to the local supermarkets where they have the food section where you can buy hot food and also cold food, so sandwiches and stuff like that. So those were a little bit more reasonable than going directly to a restaurant.
Okay, what's the best way to get from the airport to the city?
Once I got out of the terminal, airport terminal, I saw signs going to a train station, which was right inside the airport terminal. So I just kept on walking in that direction, and finally I reached the train station inside the airport.
So did you use the pass, or did you use...
I don't recall what I did, but the pass works on the train. But what happened with me is I could not validate the pass because I could not, everything was in German language. So first of all, I did not know what station that I was going to. So how do I, validate or book the pass through my app? So I just waited for somebody to come over there to just help me with the validation of the pass, because I already had the pass on my phone. It was just that I did not know the destination where I was going, and since everything was in German language, I could not tell even which stop I would be getting off.
Like, does people speak English there, or was it?
I did not approach any locals over there. I was just waiting for somebody who is officially representing employee of the train company or something like that. Nobody came to ask me or check on the pass or the ticket, so I could not do anything.
So is public transportation in Germany is tourist friendly, or did you prefer walking or taking taxis or Uber?
So mainly walking was my preferred way of going around in Germany, but also when you're walking around, you don't know which direction you're going and how you're going to come back to your destination that you left from. So it was very, very tricky, and all the streets are marked in German language. There's no dual language, or there's no translation in English. And I am thinking that even if I ask some local people what I should be asking them. So I just walked around, and then I realized that the train travel from Munich to Stuttgart is 3 hours. So I might as well board the train and then go to Stuttgart, because I didn't want to tire myself up walking around in Munich for too long and then be tired to go take the train for 3 hours and then have to travel further to reach Suraj's home.
Did you use any transportation apps or maps that were particularly helpful to navigate?
So Google Maps is the only maps that I use, because I'm familiar with that in Toronto and over there also. But what happens is, once you open a Google map in Germany, you see names of towns and places which are totally unfamiliar. So even if you have to go from one place to another place, you just want to just put in the destination, and that's it, because you would not know what is in between those destinations. It's just unfamiliar territory unfamiliar city. So you just want to put the end destination and just hope that you will reach there by the mode of transportation you're taking, like a bus, train, or Uber, which in my case I took a train and a bus.
Which major landmarks or attractions were on your must-visit list?
So this was mainly a trip to meet up with my friend in Germany. She was there in Germany, in Munich. Then we were to travel to Stuttgart and meet up my friend Suraj in Stuttgart. So we did not have any plans until then, because I thought that it'll be best that I leave it to a local person, Suraj, to take us around. And that's what happened is once Suraj picked me up at the bus stop, so and then my friend, she reached there by her own mode of transportation, and then we picked her up, and then we went to Suraj's place, and we sat there and talked a little bit, and then later on we went to the local you can say like a shopping center nearby. But the thing is, what happened is, all through that time, that when we reached there, the shopping center over there in Germany, in Stuttgart, closed at around 7 p.m. and we didn't realize that, and we reached there around 7:15 p.m. or something, like just like after it closed. So there was like one or two stores, like food stores and just like shoe stores open. The rest of this the mall, it was an open mall, like there was no like a roof over it. It was just like shops on both sides, and we are just walking through like a maze of stores, similar to what you will see in US and Canada. There were stores on both sides, food, fashion, clothing, shoes, those type of. There was a park nearby where children were playing, and people were just gathering around, and that was an open sort of mall over there that we went to on that same day.
Okay, what's your favorite discovery in Germany?
So my friend, she says that she heard something about, she wanted to visit a local castle, and we found out the next day that the castle was on a hilltop, and it's like centuries old castle where you have horse carriages or whatnot going up the hill, where even the cars are not allowed. So you have to park your car at the bottom of the hill, and there is the sightseeing bus. You have to get that bus because the traffic is not allowed going up the hill. So we took the bus and we went to this beautiful castle, which was centuries old, and you have to buy a ticket at the base of the castle before you can go and board the bus, and they'll take you up, and there is all sorts of things over there, and including even a restaurant to dine at, which I'm sure was very expensive, but we were there just to sightsee. We saw some cannons on the fort wall, the castle fort walls, where I guess they were there to protect the integrity of so that nobody comes and attacks and takes over the castle. But beautiful castle with centuries old building inside and out, and the pictures will be, you can see the pictures following in this video.
By any chance, do you know the name of the castle?
I do not remember the name of the castle. It's a German name, and I'm going to provide a link of that castle.
No worries, we'll look it up and I'll
yes,
put it.
I have that information, and I'm going to provide in a link and the pictures of the castle. It was a 26 euro ticket price for a single adult person to go and visit this castle.
Did you visit any local markets or shop that stood out?
Well, we went to shops, no, because I got off at the train station, and the shops were right there. So I just picked up some food from the local restaurants inside the train station, and I just looked at some of the stores over there. But I wasn't there for shopping, so I was just to gather food, water. Because I was not sure if I'm going to be able to get water everywhere I go. So I picked up 2 bottles of water, and then I just went to the hostel the next day in Stuttgart. Me, my friend Suraj, and my other friend, she wanted to try the local cuisine, and we ended up. So first the restaurant we went to, we were there around about 8:30, 8:45, and they said the kitchen is closed. They closed the place. Their timing was 9 p.m., but they closed the kitchen 8:30, 8:45. So they said, sorry, we cannot make any food. We can just serve you drinks. I told them that we are hungry, so we need some food. So me and Suraj, we looked up a German cuisine restaurant, and we went to that. All 3 of us, we went to that restaurant, and we sat there outside in the patio, and we had some food over there. It was okay. The pricing was okay. The food was also okay. Nothing spectacular. But all I can say is for 3 people, it came out to 75 euros for a single entree and a drink.
What do you guys order?
It was a mixture. All 3 of us ordered different things. So I ordered something with chicken and some other vegetables and things like that.
Do you recommend making time for day trips or focusing solely on Germany?
So Germany is like a huge place where you could travel far distances. So I would recommend that I saw the hop on hop off buses over there, but I did not take one of those buses. I went straight from there to the train station. So that is one thing that you can do in Munich for sure, because I saw it. But what I would recommend is 2 things. Like, if you can have access to somebody who's local over there who can take you to places and stuff like that, because the distances of places, like the castle that we went to, it was a 1.5 hour drive from the place that we were staying. So imagine if you're going 1.5 hour one way and then 1.5 hour the other way back. And even after reaching the castle, it took us about half an hour to reach the castle because it was on a hilltop. So you can imagine two hours of travel time just to see one destination, which was, of course, it was worth it because it was such a beautiful thing, and you're not gonna find that in any city, just anywhere. So it's a beautiful thing that you wanna put your time into. But if you just wanna go shopping, go to a mall or something, you will need definitely somebody with a car, or you rent a car, but the problem with renting a car is you would not understand the traffic signs. I'm not talking about traffic signals, but the signs on the road. So where you need to turn and stuff like that, that is very, very difficult if it's not in English language, especially for a person who doesn't understand German language.
Face any travel challenges like language barriers or navigating the city?
Germany is definitely a challenge in terms of language. I do not know, maybe somebody who can comment in this video after seeing this video what they use to overcome this challenge. But the German language is definitely a challenge, and there is to me, I did not see any solution for that. So that was the biggest challenge for me, is to know which direction I'm going. I wouldn't even know if I'm going the right direction or the wrong direction. So that is definitely a challenge. The distance has made it so what do you call it, hard on your body, that you can only go to 1 or 2 places in the whole day. So you would need many days just to travel to different parts of Germany.
Okay, what's one mistake you made that future travelers can avoid?
Definitely, you need more time for Germany. Germany is such a vast, big country, cities. I was planning to go to Munich, Stuttgart, and I also wanted to go to Berlin, but how things worked out, the Berlin part was missed because of my plans changed, and I had to go from Stuttgart to Amsterdam. So that was something that I had to change, something that was unplanned.
How safe did you feel in Germany, especially in crowded areas?
Oh, Germany was safe. The train station, there was few people who looked like they were just there to take advantage of the travelers and stuff like that. So there was a few people that approached me for some money, but I was just not going to entertain that, because my money purse was in my backpack, and that would be like a distraction right there. So I just tried to ignore the people who came. But in the main areas, they are very, very clean and safe. At least the places that I went to, they were quite safe. The hostel that I stayed, it was kind of sketchy. Just because it was close to the train station, maybe I should have booked something further away. But then again, it was raining, and I wanted to just go to a place and just put my bags down and just relax. So that was another issue. And the suggestions that I got from an Expedia app was, the criteria that I put was the nearest location that I can book right away. So that is what came up, and I booked that.
Okay, thanks Raj for taking us on this amazing journey, and you gave a lot of tips and tricks, and he also gave some advice how to navigate through Germany and going to other cities as well. And is there any other insights or final thoughts you want to give to your viewers?
Just go to the city. It's a beautiful city, and just enjoy the sights and places that you're walking around. I would say walking around the place is my go-to way of exploring new places. Of course, the hop-on hop-off bus is another good way of seeing many areas in a short time. So those two things is the way to go. If you want me to travel to other places, please let me know, and also please like, subscribe, and comment below.